My brother hasn't been found since we took that trip to Mount Ebott 2 months ago. The police say he could have been kidnapped, seeing as he is only 12. The likeliness that he fell off a ledge wasn't crossed out, but it was rather overlooked. Plus, seeing as it has been 2 months and nothing's turned up, I needed to look for myself. In those 2 months, I had turned 16 along the way. We didn't have a party due to the investigation, but I was given my license that day. And after a month more, I'd had enough. I grabbed my hoodie and keys and walked out to make the drive back to Mount Ebott. We needed closure. I needed closure. Memories flashed through my eyes as I recalled back to that warm, sunny day. Mom was taking pictures of me and my brother at our little picnic. My brother was wearing his glasses again, which he claimed made him look smart, and sketched in his notebook the different bugs he saw. Science was something he absolutely loved. He never left the house without his notebook. I just sat on the picnic table and listened to my iPod. At the time, it was just another family vacation I was dragged to, so I just listened to music until it was time to eat. Dad was grilling, and I must admit, it was highlight this trip. Dad's steaks were honestly the best there were. It wasn't until around 1 that my brother came and asked me to go hiking with him. I don't want to get dirty. Besides, Dad will be done with dinner any minute now. I should have went with him, and I regretted it. When Dad was done at 1:30, he was nowhere to be found. I yelled and yelled until they turned into screams. Matthew? Where are you? I screamed. Tears filled my eyes, aching to spill out. I'm so sorry. I reached Mount Ebott when the sky started setting. The dark wouldn't help me much, so I have to be fast. Opening the car door, I step out of my small car. It's honestly not much, but it was something to get by on. I needed a way to get to places without having to walk. The cool autumn air nips at my face for several seconds before I decide to start my search. My best guess was to search around the mountain, but that area was already covered by the police, so I decided to start climbing. My red Converses weren't really stable enough to tackle the mountain head-on, so I trek up the pathway to the top. There's no real theory on why this is here, but it seems to work out for me. The hike was long and tiresome, being I was going up a rough path, but I make it to the top before the sun had set for the evening. My breathing hitches as I try to catch my breath. I should have brought my inhaler, but I'm not the wisest person I know. As soon as I catch my breath, I look around for a sign. Anything that can put the pieces back together. I nearly decided to give up when something catches my eye. A shoe hangs by its laces on a branch. The branch is by a gaping hole in the mountain. Yep, a hole in the mountain. It is his shoe. Of course it's his shoe. He was really bad at tying them, so they were typically very loose-fitting. And he went through shoes every month, so these were his new pair. It makes sense in a way. Maybe he fell down his hole? I lean over the hole to get a better view of what was down there. While trying to get lower, my foot slips and I fall into the mountain. My voice rings loudly on the way down. I'm going to die. I'm honestly going to die. I didn't die. I fell into a flower patch. The flowers are surprisingly soft, and a nice yellow color as well. At least I know that if Matthew did fall in, he didn't die right away. There's just one question. Where was I? My legs wobble as I try to stand. The room is fairly dark, and the only light source is the rays of light above. There is a large door ornate with some ancient designs. I walk over to it, pushing it open. It looks the same as the last room, but there was a golden flower with a normal, smiling face. Normally, I'd be freaking out. This would have to be a dream, right? But I am surely awake.
Howdy, I'm Flowey. Flowey the flower.
Confused, I ask, where am I? Flowey keeps smiling.
you're new to the underground, aren't ya? Golly, you must be so confused. Okay, I'll teach you how things work around here.
Golly. Who the hell is this Golly? Flowey sets up a fight, I suppose. It looks like one of those Nintendo game fight sequences. A small purple heart illuminates on my chest.
You see that heart? That is your soul, the very culmination of your being. Your soul starts out weak, but you can grow strong if you gain a lot of LV.
What's LV? Is that like a level? I ask. Flowey grins as if I was a poor child.
Why, love, of course. You want some love, don't you?
Of course I do, if it'll make me stronger. If there are creatures like Flowey, I need to be strong.
Don't worry, I'll share some with you.
Some tiny white pollen forms above his head.
Down here, love is spread through tiny white friendliness pellets. Collect as many as you can.
The pellets scatter towards me, and before I could think, one of them hits my soul. I cry out in pain as I feel my health draining. Flowey grins a more demonic grin.
You idiot. In this world, it's kill or be killed.
The damn flower laughs evilly as his deadly pellets surround my soul, growing closer and closer. I shiver, feeling my death coming closer, until my health rises again. Flowey stands there with nothing but shock. A flame hurls towards him, knocking him away. At first, I am relieved, but then I grow more and more terrified. Did Matthew have to deal with this? My rescuer is some goat creature. She seems nice enough, welcoming me with wide arms. I learned her name is Toriel, which seems better than my own name.
I suppose you aren't really a child, are you?
She asks me as we walk through a puzzle with ease. No, ma'am. I turned 16 recently. I say relaxed. Maybe not all monsters were as bad as Flowey. Toriel smiles.
Oh, so polite. You remind me of a child who passed by here a while ago.
Is she talking about Matthew? I believe that might be my brother. I've been looking for him. Do you know where he is? I ask. She frowns, looking distraught.
He left the ruins. I'm not sure where he is.
How do I exit the ruins? I ask curiously. Toriel stops, looking at me.
If you exit the ruins, they, Asgore, will kill you. I cannot lose another child.
I think about what she said, and it scared me. Was Toriel the only kind monster? Could I be happy living with her? No, I couldn't. I'm not a child, ma'am. I'll be safe. I am mostly reassuring myself and her. It never really occurred to me that I could die. Even though Flowey just tried to kill me, I felt invincible. Maybe it was because I just assumed everyone else was just as nice. Toriel looks upset, like she wants to fight me. But instead of fighting me, she gives me a tight hug.
Okay, my child.
She says, pulling me closer. I hug back, feeling the need to cry.
I will let you go.
Toriel's home is nice and cozy. It wouldn't be a bad place to live. She was on her own though, which makes me sad. Toriel is too nice to be alone. The thought alone makes me regret wanting to leave her. She hasn't said much to me since I asked to leave. Toriel had just given me her phone number and some essentials for the road. Now we stand at the exit of the ruins. I give her a warm hug, in which she returns sadly.
I hope you find your brother safely.
Toriel says softly. I thank her for everything before pushing open the door. I walk through the other side. The door slammed shut. I wouldn't be surprised if it attracted some attention. Ahead of me are sheets of white snow on branches and on the ground. I start walking through the woods until I'm encountered by a tall skeletal monster. His smile grows as he sees me.
A human,
He says in hands. I didn't understand a lot, but it was said in my head after every word.
imagine my luck.
The skeleton's smile grows, becoming viciously. I look around for a way out, but it was too late as I am hit on the head by something. As my vision blurs to black, I call for help. But nobody came.